Hello, hello. I am back. I am back. What's up, Gemini? I'm getting set up here. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes to get. We're gonna be looking. Oh, hold on. Okay. All right, we're gonna be looking at how they feel about you today. Well, damn. All right. What's up, y'all? Hello, hello, Gemini. You know what? I already know. I already know y'all gonna get beat up a little bit today. Okay, this is gonna be a love reading, but this is gonna be for whoever you Geminis are thinking about, whoever it is that you want to know how they feel about you. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle the cards and just get started. Okay, power through these today. Spirits, how do they feel about Gemini? This is going to be for whoever you're dealing with, whoever you're thinking about. Doesn't have to be a lover, but more than likely it is going to be a lover that we're going to be looking at. It just depends on what the cards are that I see. Welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. If you need a private reading or other spiritual service, the link to my website is below. All right. Geminis, and they love life. All right. Spirit guides, how do they feel about Gemini? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Hey, additional comment. Thank you for coming. For whoever Gemini is thinking about, how do they feel about Gemini? All right, let's see here. All righty. Well, Gemini, you guys get an F. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But we got some stuff to talk about. Whoever you're dealing with, this has got to be either a water sign, or it could be a Sagittarius, or it could be another air sign. They not feeling appreciated by you. They do feel as though you are emotionally manipulated very easily, because the Hanged Man comes up, and then King of Cups. So they do feel as though you are emotionally manipulated. They seem to love you. The Strength card comes up. They have a lot of love for you. They feel very close to you. The Two of Wands comes up. But I'm going to tell you, Gemini's, this. I'm just going to tell you late but straight. This is how they feel about you. I'm not real sure how you feel about them. They're going to end up ending things with you and sort of keeping their distance from you if they feel as though you're not taking care of them emotionally. In particular, if you're dealing with a water sign. Let me just tell you the cards that you got. You guys got the Four of Cups, the Hanged Man, the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Strength card, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. They feel definitely that you're emotionally detached, and it bothers them. They also do feel that you sacrifice your own happiness for others. In some kind of way, you do that. And they also feel like you choose others before them, like you put other people before them. Okay. Now they could either be wrong or they could be right. They definitely do have a conflict with you. I think that they could possibly deal with the situation maybe a little while longer, but as long as you are emotionally detached from them, if they don't feel like you're taking care of them emotionally, a lot of you Geminis are dealing with a water sign. They're ready to leave the situation because they don't feel like they're being emotionally taken care of. In fact, they sort of feel emotionally manipulated. Gemini, you do have a tendency to allow other people to control your mind. This is something that you're going to have to see about yourself. If you don't start to realize this about yourself, then you're going to lose out a whole lot, which is why there's an entire Gemini hate club. There are people that would not ever date a Gemini under any circumstances ever, ever, ever in life. They just wouldn't deal with you because, they feel as though emotionally you are a wreck. They feel like it's an emotional wreck in the situation that you're in. And it is because of the fact that you don't necessarily run your own mind. And I know that for a fact. I've talked to way too many women in the past week that have told me that they have a Gemini man and they feel as though he's allowing others to control his mind. So I've done plenty of readings and even having my own personal experience with Geminis in the past. You guys have a tendency to allow yourselves to be easily puppeteered. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you can agree with that. Natasha, are you a Gemini? And you know what? That's pretty bad. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. If that is the case, it is something that you really, really need to work on because at the time that you are being puppeteered, you have absolutely no idea or memory of it. You are totally emotionally abandoning the person that loves you, and you have absolutely no idea. So, for example, if that person was to end things with you and say, I can't deal with this no more, and they tell you, either they can tell you straight up to your face, you are still going to be blinded and oblivious to it. And this is always going to be a struggle for you in your relationships, always. Because maybe if you were not being puppeteered and controlled, maybe those situations would be better for you. Your timing is all off. I mean, if that doesn't suit your current agenda of whatever it is that you're trying to, either develop or bring about with whoever this is that I'm seeing, like I said, he's a lot of water energy as well as a possible Sagittarius, but then also it could be an air energy. Especially if you got yourself another Gemini, they done told you. You allow people to control you. You allow people to run you. You allow people to manipulate you. You allow people to mess up your perception. You do. And Geminis and all air signs are supposed to be very, very crisp and clear with a clear thinking mind and intelligence, but it's not always like that. That's what that person feels. I can tell because the hanged man. They do feel a connection with you and they care about you and they love you deeply. But, they feel as though that's something that they can't deal with because it leaves them in a very emotionally an emotionally untaken care of state. If you don't care, then you don't care. Do what you got to do. But this is what's pushing this person away from you, essentially. This is what's going to. And the last two cards that you got. So let me just tell you all the cards you got. You got Four of Cups, the Hanged Man, the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Strength card, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Ain't nobody got time for that, Gemini. I think everybody has to do whatever it is they have to do. And then also, I feel as though that person feels that if they end things with you, things will probably be much worse. So sort of your existence in their life is really very soul crushing. I don't know. If I was a Gemini and somebody told me what I just told y'all, I would say, oh my God, what am I doing to this person? They don't want to wait an eternity for you to figure these things out. They don't want to sit and wait an eternity. The Hanged Man lets me know that time is of the essence. You know what I'm saying? Especially that Ace of Swords tells me that time is of the essence as well. And they may want something with you, but they feel as though you bring in a lot of stagnated energy. You with the stagnation. Oh, let's wait about 7 months, 10 months, 11 months, 12 months, maybe a year and a half. Just maybe. No, they ready to do their life right now. So, I think that there's possible choices that you need to make, or maybe you need to get yourself in gear. Maybe you need to, you know, I don't know. It just seems like it's a lot of stagnated energy around the situation. And they ready to end things with you because you taking too long. And it's not really advancing the way that they thought that it would. So I'm sorry, and you know what? I knew I was gonna see this for you, Geminis. If it don't apply to you, then fine. But I do feel as though y'all do that. Y'all will like take forever to do something. And see, you would think they say that the Knight of Swords is supposed to be fast moving. No, you moving at the pace of a turtle. You like a turtle, and that person is like a hare, and they bouncing out of the seams, and you sitting up there talking about, oh, I think I'm gonna mosey around here and continue to be puppeteered for as long as possible. Mm-hmm. And you may even be acknowledging the problem, but then you're still living within it. You see the problem, you may even be acknowledging it, but still you're not taking any action. You ain't taking no action. Mm-mm. Y'all ain't taking no action. Y'all taking too long. That person ready to walk away because you taking forever. For real. Then I can also tell that you're sort of in two different places with that person. Things might be a little bit synchronized between you and that person, but it is kind of out of sync considering that they look at you as a person that seems to have stagnated energy. Oh, I'm just gonna, depend on this. I'm just gonna hang out and mosey around for a while. No, that person is ready to buy airplane, a boat, and they ready to buy some jet fuel and take off, and you still sort of yammering around, making excuses. Sorry, they not into it. I'm just, y'all. I'm telling y'all what I know. Hmm. And it could represent metaphorically what's happening in the relationship. Maybe the person has more, they are ready for the relationship to go in directions that maybe you're not ready for. And since you're not doing it, they like, well, then maybe this isn't the situation that I'm supposed to be involved with. That's what's going on with that. Hey, Greg and Fiery. Hello. Welcome to the chat. You just taking forever. Y'all being just as slow as them damn earth signs. What's wrong with y'all? Oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, but you ain't really done nothing to you know show that you doing anything. You know what I'm saying? You just still kind of on the fence, and it's just not good. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all taking too long. Y'all gonna end up losing that person if you don't do something. That's how you end up with your woman or your man getting snatched. That's how that ends up happening to you. And you don't know what happened. Well, what happened? Oh, I found somebody else. Oh, why you do that? I thought you loved me. I do love you. But you're not doing anything. It's stagnated energy. It's like, you know, and can't nobody really get rid of no Geminis, y'all. Yeah, you gotta do something to get, you gotta whatever, like especially, okay, so the Four of Cups represents unfulfillment. So maybe you've made some promises that you have not fulfilled, and that can be a problem as well. Maybe this person's time frame is a little bit different than yours. Like, well, okay, you want to do this? Okay, well then let's do it next month. And you like, oh well, no, let's wait about another year. And they're like, another year? I could be dead in another year. What you talking about? So they just, I ain't really liking the vibe of your reading, and neither is the person that you dealing with. They like, you know, well, whoever this is that's dealing with the Gemini, they want to move forward, but they feel as though, Gemini is, staying stagnant and staying still. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Let's clarify this hanged man card. That's what I want to clarify. Is this gonna happen to y'all before it happened to me? Because when I make a decision to do something, I just do it. I'd be pissed if this was me and I was dealing with a Gemini and I saw this shit, I'd be pissed. This person is not happy. They not happy. They like, I hooked up with you for this, for you to take 29 million 10 years. Like, I didn't hook up with you so that it'll take you 10 years to figure out what you're going through, to figure out what you're gonna do. I didn't hook up with you for that purpose. So that you could literally, this person feels like you wasting their damn time. I'm getting pissed for them, but I'm an empath, so that happens. I don't mean to beat up on y'all, but I had to beat up on the Geminis for a little while today. Quit wasting that person's time. Clarify the hanged man. Mm-hmm. You moving at a snail's pace. Yeah, you know, they can see this not happening for another year. And they like, God, you know, like you're not moving at the same pace. They ready now. They are ready now. And you talking about something. Well, I think I'm gonna take another year. I can see that. And they have a problem with that, and they ready to walk away from you and end stuff with you. But then, of course, like the Gemini that you are, you never want to let go. Y'all always focus on what you're gonna do instead of what the hell you actually gonna do. I left a Gemini because of that reason. Like he was just all over the place, you know, back and forth over here and over there, and I was like, I can't do this. You unstable. Y'all need somebody beat up on y'all for a minute because y'all always, Geminis are y'all are very, very upfront and very, very blunt when it comes to things. And so that's why your reading is so blunt. You need to take your time to make up your mind. Spirit, clarify 10 of Swords. Yep. They feel like you taking forever and a day. It's not moving fast enough for them. Is what I can tell you. Now, I think that that's a lot better than you're moving too fast, but I feel like they feel like you're moving too slow for them. Clarify the Strength card. If I was to suggest anybody anything, if you've never dated before, don't ever date a Gemini. I know I'm joking. But I mean, that's the truth. When people talk about certain zodiac signs, they always talk about the wishy-washy Gemini because you guys are very wishy-washy and fickle. They feel like you're fickle. Spirits clarify the Strength card. This is whoever this person is. I would do a cord cutting for this person and say, hey, keep it moving. Let this person stay where they at because they not ready. They still ready to stay caught up in that. Yeah, see, they love you. Page of Cups is saying that they love you. They have a lot of feelings for you. Okay, look, Two of Cups was next. Told y'all. I don't know. This one of them catch me while you can situations for real. And you got to do what's in your heart. But I mean, on some for real shit, you need to quit allowing other people to puppeteer you and control your mind. That's what you do. That's why you kind of all over the place. Well, Greg Lancaster, look, exactly. And so that's, yeah. You care to elaborate on who you're dating? Are you dating somebody that you feel is rushing you or pressuring you into something? I don't know. The last Gemini that I dealt with, he took up and took over 5 whole entire years of my life. So, I want to hear what you got to say for yourself, Greg Lancaster. we must know what's on your mind. Do tell. I gave women friends with benefits. A few of them want more. I am not ready for all that. Okay, well then, this is what I will tell you. If you've got one of these women that is friends with benefits that you don't want to give more to, or you're not ready for, and if they are ready for that, then maybe you need to let them go. like out of your heart chakra. Maybe that's what it is. Because, I guess what you're saying sort of is that, well, as far as settling down, maybe I'll do it in a year or so, but I don't really know if it's going to be with this person. So then why won't you let them go and live their life then? Because obviously it's not meant to be for them to be with you. You ever think about that? Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get my stuff. Because it's like I was telling, who was that zodiac sign that I was telling, look, this person, like you expect them to wait 10 years for you? You expect for a woman to give up her entire life for a friends with benefits relationship? You need to just tell her, look, I don't see this going anywhere so that you can set her free. Huh? Hmm. You see, Greg, that's why don't nobody want to date Geminis. Greg says, I made myself clear what I wanted before. Evidently, nah, whoever this person is, well, Greg, you know what? You must be the only Gemini because what I can see is Gemini's promising a whole bunch to this person, but then going at a snail's pace. So you didn't tell that person they was just friends with benefits. Evidently, you done told this person that they special because of how they feel about you. So I don't believe you on that. I think you in here fibbing. This person didn't know that they was just friends with benefits, whoever I'm looking at. Now, like I said, these are just general readings. This is a general reading. But that's not what I can see. I can see that this person got their heart involved, which, evidently you done said some stuff to this person and done set some expectations for this person that you don't seem to be fulfilling. I doubt it. I don't think you made yourself very clear. Not with this Five of Swords coming up, hon. Now, if you yourself as a Gemini made it clear, hey, look, I'm just screwing you. I don't want nothing with you. No, I don't want you to have my baby. No, I don't want to move in with you. You shouldn't even. Who mentions that stuff? Whoever this Gemini is, this Gemini done promised the sun and the moon and the stars that they're not delivering. So you must be a different Gemini then if you was just upfront and honest with this person. Because that's not what I'm getting with this reading. Okay. Y'all got to keep it real. And you can't be selfish and say, well, I want to keep all these people just at bay for 39,000 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe you've done that. I think you've been very misleading, possibly. Whoever this is, I'm looking at, they're being misleading in what they're promising that person. Oh, Lord. This is not necessarily about addiction. This don't have nothing to do with addiction. This person, you are funny, Greg. Anyway, don't nobody be like Greg. That's the person that you don't want to be like. If you are a Gemini and you're dealing with somebody on a sexual basis, if you were just having sex with that person, you should not be making plans with them to move in together, to get married. You're not going to say things like, oh, I'm going to marry you if you are just having good sex with somebody. So again, if you just turn somebody out sexually, but you're not promising all those other things that you promised them, then you're different. Okay. But this reading is for the Geminis that have made promises. So maybe there are some Geminis out there that have plans to do some things with some people, but they need to go ahead and get the shit going instead of taking forever. Does that sound fair? I'm trying to keep it fair for you Geminis. I don't want to beat up on y'all too much. Mm-hmm. And sex is only as good as the relationship. Sex is not why somebody's with you. Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliments. Okay. I appreciate that. Okay. If I were a person that was dating a Gemini looking at these cards, then Gemini needs to, kind of hurry up and do something seriously. All jokes aside, as far as what I was talking about with the person in the chat room, you need to do something because, people are ready to live their life right now. And you're sort of, oh, I'm just kind of drifting in the wind. Things are still up in the air. Oh, everything's up in the air. Don't know. Nobody should ever get this card in a love reading because this means that everything's up in the air. Oh, we thought about it or we talked about it. Okay. That's how they feel, Gemini. If you guys need to reach me, the link to my website is below. Have a lovely Friday. Love and light.